Hey everybody, this is Bryce from Miles Edit Company, or Miles from Miles Edit Company. This is our first episode. We've tried this like 4 or 5 times now. Hey, I'm with Trevor.
What's up?
About time he said hi.
Yeah.
And I'm also with the Bobby J.
Hello.
Carlson.
Hello.
That was a really enthusiastic.
Yeah, that was like...
Hi, how's it going?
Hello, how is it today?
I'm doing great, Trevor. How are you?
Very good.
Thank you for faking that.
Yeah.
So, Bobby, why in the heck would you call your YouTube channel Brew Cacas?
It's Brutakas.
Brutal.
A T in it. You never pronounce it, but it's got a T in it.
Oh, so that's probably where I got brutatas, which sounds like big boobs in English.
It sounds like something off like the Jungle Book. Like,
Yeah,
no, Ace Ventura. Chicaca.
It's like I'm with somebody out in public. I'm like, hey man, you see those big, nice brutatas over there?
Oh, God.
It sounds kind of wrong, doesn't it?
I know. Every time I read his name, or I mean not his name, his username, I laugh. I can't help it every time he says.
So what's the story behind Brutaka?
Okay. Well, it was my username for Lego.com when I was little. Couldn't think of anything else. If you guys do, if any of you are Lego fans out there, you'll understand that Brutaka is the name of a Bionicle. Blue and gold color scheme, kind of cool.
What does a Bionicle have to do with Legos?
Because a Bionicle is a Lego. What color?
Yeah, Bionicle's made by Lego Company.
Which kind of Bionicle was it, and what color? Because I don't really know them by name.
It was one of them big Titan ones, the big ones that you get
newer
for like,
ones.
No, it's like one of the big ones that you get for like $25. You know?
Is it one of the ones with the rotating arms if you spin the little wheel?
No.
Oh, I like those.
I don't like those.
I like those ones. They're kind of loopy looking.
Those are like
Hey, Bobby,
knights or something. I don't know.
Congrats, you are a nerd.
Woo!
Why is it that we take that offensive, some nerds? That's kind of more of a compliment, because it's like saying, hey, you're smart, and I'm not, because I'm
Thank
a
you
dumbass.
for
I recognize it. You're smart.
Thank you for noticing my awesome smartness and nerdiness.
Exactly.
Yes. So I think nerds are starting to be the cooler kids.
Give me your lunch money or I'll hack your Facebook account.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That's kind of more threatening. We'll beat you up. Well, go ahead.
I'll hack your Z drive and take all your
information.
I'll hack your login information because I know where to find that.
I'm gonna break into your house and get your social security number.
But Trevor, you think me getting into your Z drive was bad? Now I know how to know people's login information.
Oh, well, you're cheap. Well, for the people who don't know, Z drive is basically the network drive for our school where we keep all our assignments over the network.
And I can get into it because I'm technical aid, so I have access to all of it because I have admin privileges.
Lucky.
So you could put a certain type of file in Trevor's Z drive and make.
You can put something questionable in someone's Z drive.
Yes, I could do that. I can take stuff out.
For saying what I said, Trevor, and taking.
Because actually,
Bobby, did you burp?
No.
Go ahead.
The login information is actually stored on an Excel file somewhere on the network, and I found it.
Well, I see some opportunity of sneaking some hentai into someone's Z drive and like getting someone in some serious trouble.
I'll shove my foot up your Z drive.
Unfortunately, if I did that, I'd probably get suspended. So
yeah, you probably could.
Make it look like.
Oh, you don't know who did this. It was him. It's on his Z drive. But no, that maybe he's not logged in at that specific moment and stuff.
You know what's funny, guys? I actually can still log in to Lumen. It just doesn't say I have any scheduled courses or anything.
Lumen being the place where we can check our grades online.
Yes, that is the place where you can check your grades online. I'm glad we established that.
Lumination.
Now that we've been illuminated, isn't that weird though that I can still access that? I've been out of school since May 2010. I don't know. It seems weird.
I still haven't tried to hack your account yet, Bryce. So.
What account?
Your Z drive at school.
Oh, I have nothing on there. So.
You took it out.
Yeah, took it out.
Pulled out.
If you want my password, it's B Rogers. I think it's WFX65. So I don't really care. There, you hacked my account, and you can take credit for it.
Woo!
I mean, I've hacked your Facebook account several times, but I didn't brag.
Oh
brag
yeah?
about
Oh yeah? What's my
it. Okay, I hate when people do that on Facebook. Oh, you left your Facebook account open, so I hacked it.
Yeah, like their girlfriend's
That's
going,
not hacking.
I hacked your Facebook account by just logging into your computer or just turning it on
Yeah.
or whatever. Duh. Jahaxor.
I just shot myself in the face.
Oh, don't shoot yourself. That's not good. You know what's stupid? Today was supposed to be a skip day for the school, but some dude like last Tuesday like posted it
Monday.
on Facebook. On Facebook. Like, what were you thinking? Like, everybody's gonna like it, and everybody's gonna know, and by Wednesday, the principal knew.
Really? He already knew?
Yeah, before it happened today. Guess
I
what we
would
got
have
to do
just
now?
gone in and blocked him. If you're gonna do that, I would have.
You can show selective people, but not everybody.
Then they can't see that. Man, some people are dumb.
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about? I would have blocked him as a user. So
some people just don't know how they can selectively show friends, like, specific stuff.
yeah, that just seems.
I know.
So everybody knew. So what happens if? What was the punishment if somebody skipped?
Truancy.
Oh, jeez.
Big whoop to do.
What happens
What
if
they do is they'd call your house, and if your parents say that you were supposed to be at school, then you get charged with truancy. But a lot of the people's parents that skipped would probably just be like, yeah, he's supposed to be at home. He's right here.
Really?
Yeah.
How come?
Because I was gonna say there might be someone who didn't even know about it, and yet they were gone, and their parents didn't call in.
I don't.
It was a valid
That's what I
reason.
was saying. I'm like, they could have just happen to have like the flu that day or something, and I'm like,
Maybe they forgot to call in, or maybe they're gonna do it the next day. That seems messed up.
yeah, I know.
And Goss should know, for being a principal as long as he is, and for being a profile like he is, he should know that they do that every year. They do that every year. They have a senior skip day every year, and people are going to do it regardless of whether or not the punishment is true.
I want to know what this year's senior prank is going to be.
I think you guys should go stick some cats in Mr. Shepard's room.
Names?
I don't really care when it comes to teachers. We're saying last name, we're not saying the first name, so it could be.
His code name? No, his code name is Tim Tebow. No, it's Tim Tebow.
Catman.
No,
Catman.
I like that.
No, because my U.S. history teacher calls him Tim Tebow, so his name is Tim Tebow.
But if there's people that don't go to a school, they're not going to know that we're talking about Mr. Shepard. They'll just know we're talking about Tim Tebow. So,
yeah.
And Mr. Shepard is never
going
to be Tim podcast, and even if he does, I could care less. Unless you guys care, and the only reason I worry is because you guys are still in school. But honestly,
you'd stalk us and say, "What you doing on this podcast? You're talking about me hitting trash on it."
I'd like to say, you, Mr. Shep. No, I'm just kidding.
It doesn't work if you don't hit the PB thing. There we go.
Yeah. No, do it again. Do it again.
Hold on. Do it.
No, you're supposed to say, Mr. Shepard. Yeah.
Okay, you know what? Never mind.
Or whatever. Okay, I'll go. Go.
Because I'd have to have it on my computer. That way I know when I'm going to do it. So you go ahead and do whatever you want, but... Mr. Shepard. You go ahead and do it for you. I'll bring it up on my computer. But
you, Mr. Shepard.
I know where to get that, though, in case I need to edit this, because Trevor in his potty mouth, he's always swearing, so...
Yeah, I'm all the time.
He's even doing that right now.
Yeah. This is a live editing.
Yes. It's censored. You know what I gotta say to the FCC? Fuck you, FCC.
Hey, what?
You know what? I fucking hate censoring.
Yeah, fuck that.
I'm gonna unnecessarily censor one of these episodes, just like a from it.
Well, after we release it, you can't necessarily do it, because then we'd have like the regular version and then the Bryson edited version.
Well, I mean, not even that. It would just be like a 5-minute scene.
Full clip, just most ridiculous crap ever you can find.
Hey, why is it that we compare everything to rocket science? It's like, this is easy. It's not rocket science. What does rocket science say? What do they say? Do they say, it's not as easy as it's not like you're talking to women? Is that what they say?
Yeah. Well, rocket science is something you can do in school now, because you put together those mini rockets and fire them into the sky. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Well, it's a lot more in depth than that. I tell you what.
I know, but hey, that I remember doing that as a kid. See, that was something I was really into. Is
Yeah, that's really cool.
making model rockets. Hey, you guys can't hear yourself, can you? Or else I will do the headphones. It's just.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
No, I'm good.
We are good to go.
I mean, I hope you know what you're saying, because hearing yourself.
I don't know what I'm saying. I'm crazy. You hear this? I'm crazy.
Dude, look, I want to send you. Oh, okay, hold on. Send you a picture of this kid. He's got. I mean, he's only 12, and he drew in. Okay, like he's probably making a. It's kind of funny. This kid, he's probably only, I don't know, 13 or 15, and he drew in sideburns. It's really, really funny. I just don't know why he would do that. Well, he can't grow them. He's too young.
Oh, really?
I don't know. I don't know if you can see that. Hold on, guys. Anyway, hey, what were you meaning, Trevor, earlier when you were asking Bobby, how is the SOCT? Like S was
Spheres of Chaos. It's awesome. Like
it's the most trippy game that you've ever seen.
It's like a Star Wars clone on acid.
It's like Star Wars Clone Wars? I'm going to have to look that up.
No,
Sears of Chaos?
I actually just made a video about it. Put it up today.
Sears of Chaos? How do you mean like the store Sears?
Spheres, like as in a circle.
Sears?
Spheres.
Yes, it's Sears of Chaos.
Sears of Chaos.
Sears is
hey, that's what I thought he said. Trevor doesn't talk right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'm on the website. It's a psychedelic arcade game.
Yes, it is.
Nibiru. The planet named Nibiru. Hey, Trevor, have you ever seen Uranus?
Yeah, it's in space.
Your anus is in space?
Yeah. I cut it off and I sent it in there in a rocket. I had to use.
How'd you do that?
Because I'm sick of crapping. Like every time I eat something that's nasty, I like have diarrhea. It's just nasty. I just want to get rid of that.
Okay, is it true when people die, they actually relieve themselves?
Probably, yeah.
I just want
to. Like, you die and then you're like.
Bobby, can I kill your sister and then see if that happens?
Go right ahead.
Okay. Like her
okay.
Anyway. Okay.
Okay.
Anyway. Keep the conversation going.
Yes, I will. And maybe not.
Keep it going.
As I was saying, I'm so crazy that I don't even know I'm in a regular home, you know? I should be in the asylum.
You should be in one of those places that, like, have the coats that make you hug yourself.
I need a helmet. Give me a helmet right now.
Well, Trevor didn't lose his mind. His mind lost him. So if you guys see it, let me know. And there is a word.
Until then, I gotta wear a helmet because I keep on hitting the wall with my head. I don't know why.
Trevor, I am so done tired of your.
No.
Fail.
No.
That one was a good one.
No, it wasn't.
No, yes, it was.
No, the beep was too late.
It was too long. It took a second to buffer.
No, it was too late.
Oh, that one sucked.
Yeah,
what the heck?
They all suck.
Okay, you guys talk for me.
So, Bobby, what do you do on DeviantArt?
I post the pictures that I draw.
Of? Is it emo, anime, porno?
Yup, anime porn.
Plus a little bit of hentai here and there.
Exactly. In all honesty, it's not. In all honesty, it's not. It's a bunch of anthros. Yeah. I'm Brutaka Blaziken on there too, so.
Blaziken. That sounds Russian.
Yep, it's Russian.
Why Blaziken?
Cause Blaziken used to be my favorite Pokemon.
What is it now?
Flygon.
Well, it's Typhlosion, because Typhlosion is sucks. Aw, no.
He's back.
Wait, no, he's gone again.
He's gone again. Yes.
He's like back and forth.
I see.
That wasn't even funny at all.
No.
That was horrible. That was bad.
It was funny because it was funny because it was bad.
Maybe only to you.
It's not funny because you guys are Pokemon. You guys are loyal Pokemon fans, but anybody who hates it thinks it's funny.
I'm a Pokemon fanboy, and I'm not afraid to admit it.
Exactly.
Good. The first step to addiction is admitting it. You have a problem.
I play Pokemon.
Oh, it's not a problem.
When you guys are far and indulged in it as you guys are, it is a problem.
I don't think it's a problem.
Quit muting your mic. It's like...
He's in denial.
It's like chopping. I can hear it.
What are you doing?
Of course you're not in. Of course you don't think it's a problem, Bobby.
I think he's muting his mic when he's done talking. That's sort of cutting off what he's saying.
Why? Why is he doing that?
I don't know.
Because I'm trying to find a sound effect.
Find it faster.
So stop. Oh, I get it.
He's like switching between stereo mix now. I don't know.
I
He's doing
fart
something.
every time I have to mute it.
Do you have the crickets chirping? Where are those crickets? Mm-hmm.
What?
I have an idea. Like when it gets all quiet like this, like if there's any time like I was just sitting there like just staring at a wall, like thinking what to say, you can cut that out via editing. Because editing is pro.
Yes, I will definitely do that. Sorry about that. I'm back. I had to go somewhere from there.
He had to go in the bathroom to do some very questionable stuff.
If I was in the bathroom, then why would I come out, talk, and then go back in, talk, dumbass?
Because you're turned on by our deep, sexy voices.
Why you don't want to help, not me.
You want to come to my car? I'll give you a hamburger.
Really? Can I come over and have a hamburger?
Not my hamburger.
I got a pie you can come over here and lick. Oh, that was cool.
Well, I have a taco over here.
Tacos.
Is it very meaty?
Oh, FYI, tacoing is the female version of teabagging.
Beep fail.
Yeah, failure. Beep.
I wasn't trying to do it on purpose, so that's a fail on your part. Ah!
Or was it?
You know what, Trevor? Stop.
Oh.
I'm gonna... Your mom.
Well, me too. I'm gonna your mom.
You can still... You know what's sad? You can still tell what word you're saying. So
Yeah.
what's the point? Hey, Bobby, how are you doing?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm not determined to tell you the quality of what that is that I am doing.
Hey, we're gonna go on each other's moms.
Trevor, that's messed up, man.
Return to the beeps. Beep the beeps.
Oh gosh, not the mindless beeps again.
Yes, I will definitely add out the parts where we were just not really saying anything. We'll try to put them all together. One of the best parts together.
Apologize for not speaking, Bobby. It's all your fault.
Hey, what's this Windows 8 thing? Is it only for tablets, or is there an actual Windows 8 desktop OS?
It's for both. I guess they're
both, but it's like designed for a tablet.
Yeah.
So even if you had it on desktop, the touch gestures would be kind of pointless.
Well, yeah, you wouldn't have touch gestures. You'd just use it with the mouse. Like they still have like their desktop, but they replaced the start menu completely with that start menu tablet crap. I'm not a fan of it.
I don't know. Is it totally different? Are they still doing Windows 7 or what? It's just so fast.
They're doing Windows 7. I guess that Windows 8 is the next step, I suppose, after they get rid of the 7 or something. But
yeah, it's still in its beta version. So.
Yeah, I understand if it's for tablets, but when it comes to the OS, Windows 7's only been out for so long. They need to keep fixing the problems that Windows 7 has. Not that
so Windows 7 has problems now.
It's better than Vista.
I'm
not going to go there because a lot of people know that Windows 7 is better than Vista. Vista was a fail. I don't care how many times you try to put it out. I mean, Vista was not a complete fail. If you knew how to use it, it was, but...
It's only a commercial failure.
Anyway.
We better go check up on Bryson now. I think he just shot himself in the face.
I'm fine. Even if I shot myself in the face, I'd still look better than you.
No.
That
was cheap.
No, actually, that was pretty good.
I'm gonna go into my bathroom and cry now.
I don't really care.
Still
you guys have been mean to me, so I'll be mean to you. As long as you guys can take a joke.
Our viewers have no knowledge of our meanness.
Huh?
The viewers have no knowledge of our meanness.
My meanness?
As that little bit of video does not exist anymore.
It ain't video, it's audio.
It'll be video when you stick stuff on it.
I told you about my phone though, right? How it was dying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I have dropped it, but it was almost 3 or 4 months ago, and it was acting fine since then. And it wasn't even really that hard of a drop. So the other day, I've been, like, the last few weeks, I would get a notification and the screen would go black and it would just continuously vibrate. Do not go there, Trevor. It would continuously vibrate.
You knew what I
Are you sure it's not a new app?
Yes,
There's an app for that.
It would make sense if it was a virus. It just crashed. I was trying to text somebody the other day, not sex somebody. Let's not go there. Let's be more mature than that, Trevor. Just anyway, I try to text somebody a picture or send them a picture. It was like
yourself.
The wallpaper of Katniss Everdeen. You know the movie picture of Hunger Games.
Whoa, sending porn now, are we?
No, look it up, and you'll know what I'm talking about.
Look up his Hunger Games.
Anyway, it was a movie.
That sounds perverted if you say it in a certain way.
So it would just blacked out on me. And then I took the battery out, left it out for 20 minutes, thought maybe it would reset it. And then I was like, maybe the battery's dead, so I tried to recharge it, try to turn it on later. Ouch, that was my phone.
You just broke it, dude. You snapped it in half, didn't you?
No, it's fine. I'll come hit you in the head with it and prove it to you.
Oh.
I won't snap it in the head. I won't snap it in half until I hit you in the head with it. Anyway, it was weird because when I turn it on, it would load up, and it would just freeze once it was all the way up, and then you could see the notification bar, but the rest of the bottom of the rest of the screen from the notification bar was just pure black. So it was just weird. It's like I've never seen a phone do that, and it's really making me even wonder if I should buy another LG product. That's really the only LG product that I've had that much problems with.
I have an LG phone.
It was my fault that they stopped working. Like, I put one in the washing machine. No matter how dumb that sounds, I don't always check my pockets all the time. Now I do. But
I've had my Game Boy through the washing machine before.
Dude, and honestly, I've dropped those flip phones, which I think are a lot tougher than the phone these days, depending on what you get.
Hey, let's be quiet. I hear something.
Will you open the door?
Someone's getting all... I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, carry on.
I'm sorry, but luckily I took it to Verizon today, and they said that the warranty was still good under it, so they're just sending me a new phone. It'll be here by Monday or Tuesday. Sweet. So I was just relieved. Even though I had it insured, I just was relieved I didn't have to pay anything extra to have it on.
Yeah. That always sucks when your electronics die, especially if it's new things.
Especially when it's your phone and you depend on so much on it. You know what I mean? You don't realize how much you depend on technology until your electricity goes out or just simply it doesn't work. You know what I mean? It just really amazing.
Mm-hmm.
As far as electricity and computers and stuff like that go, I see what you mean. But with my phone, I leave it home all the time. I don't really give a crap about it.
Well, until you got a job and they might call you to see if you can cover a shift and you really want the hours, yeah.
Maybe.
Like when I was at your age, I didn't have a lot of people calling me, so I just always had it with me, but it was never on. I wasn't checking it as much as I do now. But it's kind of my only way of communicating with people.
And then you get a smartphone, and then you're never off of it.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Like, I had a smartphone. I don't know. It was a Genius phone, so it was better.
People use smartphones for stupid things.
Yeah, they do. Like watching.
There's a guy with a bro stash invited to this party. Pop the bubbly.
I was swimming one time, and I got out, and I'm like, crap, I was reaching for my pocket, and I realized my phone was in there.
Huh.
Boy, that almost gave me a heart attack, but I put it in rice, I did everything it did, I dried it out for days, and it worked. The only thing that was weird is when I'd call somebody, like, a couple hours after that, I laid it in the sun for a while, when I called people, the vibrator would not stop vibrating.
Maybe you had, like, some little drop of water, like, jumping the...
Yeah, it was probably jumping in the circuit or whatever that was causing it to do that.
You sure it wasn't?
Have you guys ever dropped your cell phone in water, or what's the weirdest thing you've done with your electronics?
I put my Game Boy in the washing machine before because I didn't take it out of my pocket.
Yes,
I've run my Pokewalker through the washing machine.
What the heck is a Pokewalker? Why don't we keep going back to Pokemon?
Because you cannot talk about portable devices without having Game Boys and Pokemans come up.
Exactly.
Oh, Pokemon, not Pokemon.
Anyway.
Pokemon.
I did have Yellow go through the washing machine. Well, anyway, what else happened to my electronics? I dropped my Game Boy before on the concrete. That wasn't very good.
My friend on YouTube dropped a whole bottle of Dr. Pepper on his laptop. I'm like, I knew a gal that dropped a whole cup full of coffee. She took the computer apart, immediately unplugged it, took the keyboard out of it, and cleaned it all, and put it back together. It worked just fine. So I don't know.
You know what really pesters me?
What?
Those videos, like on YouTube.
Your gears, Trevor.
You know what grinds my gears?
Like you're some old. Back in the day.
My mom. Anyway, like what I hate on YouTube is people that break stuff just to get views. They're attention whores, and it's horrible because every time I see someone hit electronic like that, like just snap in half or something like that, it just makes me cringe.
Even when especially when it's not like an older computer and it's like brand new, like it's nicer than anything you have, and you're like, ah.
Makes me cringe regardless.
It's like if you're gonna do that, I'll take it. If you're gonna do that,
I know, right?
I used to get mad on MythBusters when they would take these cars that they thought wasn't the nicest thing in the world. I'm like, that's nicer than anything I have. I don't even have a car. I'll take that if you're just gonna blow it up.
Well, I see what their point is, because it's like a profession for them. But like, if it's just on YouTube and they're just whoring for views, then that's horrible.
Even though it is fun to take your old technology and destroy it.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Maybe to you, but I keep my old stuff, thanks.
If it's not working, then you have no point in
Well, if it's not working, then fix it.
If it's not working, you can't fix it, and the parts are no good.
Okay, then maybe smash it.
That's the only reason why I would. If there's parts still good.
No, because then I would take it apart and sell it for scrap.
But the parts aren't.
After you smash it, because if you're selling it for scrap, it's just the raw materials that they want.
Yeah, well, it's easier.
I'm sorry, but you know what? I know you guys can. I know what you mean. Yeah, buy that. But I got so pissed off at this. I think it was a Compaq, actually. It was an older laptop, probably as old as my Dell Inspiron 2600, just to give you a reference. And I got so pissed off at it, I literally took it, I took it and threw it so hard the screen cracked, and then I rimmed it over with my four-wheeler, which was actually really fun, actually. I felt a lot better. Yeah, I felt bad that I wasted that thing. Probably could have been fixed. You would have had to buy, I don't know, the screen would go black and on. Kind of like your laptop, Trevor, that just kind of go on and off, kind of black out. It was kind of like that, and plus, it was so slow. I got so pissed off at it, and that's when I had dial-up. It probably wasn't the computer's fault, but I took it, threw it on the ground, took a hammer to it, and just bashed the heck out of that thing. I gotta admit, I felt a lot better. I felt a lot better than me taking it out.
Release that rage.
You know,
release the rage.
It feels good when you can, like, when I used to push carts at Fred Meyer, I pushed the cart so hard, like I had like 9 carts lined up together, and I pushed this one cart, I pushed it so fast and so hard into the other row of carts that it smashed 3 of them together, and it took me like an hour to take apart. So that was dumb. So there's a line to it, you know. I'd probably never do it again, but it felt good when I was doing it.
Let me try and mimic Palpatine here. What was it? I feel your anger.
Dude, show him that one impression you can do. You know the guy off Family Guy that's kind of an older sex offender?
You know you want to come down into my cellar later for some popsicles.
If Fox ever needs a guy to do that, I think they should seriously hire Trevor. I mean, you sound just like the guy. I mean, it sounds like you're playing.
You want to come and touch this?
I don't want to touch that, Trevor.
To be honest, the fact that he can do all these creepy voices kind of disturbs me.
You know, Herbert the pervert voice just turns you on, doesn't it?
Oh.
Bobby, Trevor, why do you keep asking us if your voice turns you on?
Because you know it's sexy.
We're not racist against these guys, but do an African-American voice. See if you can do it.
I can't do that.
Come on, you're just afraid.
How the heck do you do that?
Be like, oh no, or something like that. But do it in the lowest voice you can.
No. No.
Why? Come on, just try it.
Oh,
what do you gotta lose? Be like, oh no. Like, can you just say it in the lowest? It doesn't even have to sound like anybody. Just talk in the lowest voice that you can physically.
Oh yeah.
It does sound like it. You know, on those commercials when you get that kind of stuff.
You did not just do that to me.
Yes.
That's like a mix of like one of those stereotypical like black people, like black women, and like an Arab dude or something. You did not do that to me.
Hey, you're not talking no shit, man.
I don't know.
What's up, Bobby? How you been? What's up, brother? How you been, Cracker?
Racist.
This is racist.
Guys.
Racism alert.
Dropping the subject.
Why is it that when you say F you, we sound like a donkey? F you.
Idaho.
Notice that? Oh, plain like you don't, but there are some people that do. I'm not saying you guys do. What the?
That was an ass. That was the sound of an ass.
Your finster vibrating, did you know?
What? What? Who's vibrating?
Wow, it sounds like you like lit up. It's like, where is he?
Where's the vibrator?
Messed up.
I like doing that. Guess what?
So Trevor, are you done? So we can continue.
Maybe, but just give me a few more minutes here.
Have you yet?
Yeah, this is
Do
taking
you
a
know
long
how you
time.
like
to hear
Bobby?
me now.
The image of Bobby doing his like that.
No, thank you.
You know
Hey,
what?
Would you like a in your?
Yeah, that's funny though. One
What
time
the?
I was like on a Skype call with like a bunch of people from Pete's Gaming Forum, right? Right.
Yes.
Well, anyway, we're like sitting there talking, and then they're like, "What's that fapping noise in the background?" Right? It turns out it's my router, because it's like my computer's internet sharing with my my other router. Like I have two routers hooked up to this thing, it's sharing in between them. Well, anyway, it's sitting there like the other computers are accessing the internet, causing this to make a fapping sound. So then, like earlier, like yesterday or something, one was like, "Do a fapcast now." Well, I think I should go get my router out.
So what did they say it sounded like though?
Fapping.
A fappy noise?
Yeah, like fapping, you know, fap.
Oh, okay. Never heard of that, but okay.
Wow.
You don't get it?
No, oh yeah, sure.
When
That's
you're
kind of one of
fat.
those awkward moments when somebody says a joke that they think's funny, but none of us laughs.
No, like you know, you're fapping off, you know,
Well,
fap.
I get it. But...
Yeah, I know what you mean. I get it.
What's funny though? Like you would have to be there to understand. So like, it's one of those inside jokes, I guess.
Dr. Phil.
No, it's funny, Trevor. It's just that we're not laughing. Just because we're not laughing doesn't mean it's not funny.
You're disappointing me now.
Get over it.
Like, right?
You're bright-eyed bushy-tailed.
Can you guys actually hear that pretty well?
Kinda. Not really, but...
Huh. I guess I'll just, I don't know. I guess I could turn the sound up, and then I'm turning you guys up as well. Echo.
I want to hear the echo. Give me the echo.
No echo.
Is there an echo? Because I will...
I heard something. Oh, I don't hear any echo right now.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Screw that.
Oh, okay. I hate these awkward moments. Oh, man.
Well, people that do that, like, some awkward moment comes up and they just walk in, they're like, awkward, like, duh.
That just makes it more awkward.
Yeah, I know. Like thanks for helping the situation.
That awkward moment where saying awkward in an awkward moment makes it more awkward.
Yeah, saying awkward in an awkward moment definitely does make it more awkward.
I want you to start living as a gay woman.
Yeah, Bobby, start living as a gay woman.
So would that make you a straight woman? So if you're a woman and you're gay, that'd make you straight.
No, because gay means homosexual. Because, I don't know. I guess if you're a gay woman, I guess that makes you lesbian, because that means homosexual, doesn't it?
I don't know, because like when I think of gay, I think of men. I don't really apply that term to women, you know?
I don't know.
Because you don't say a gay woman, you say a lesbian woman. You don't.
What about a lesbian man?
That means like,
I don't want to go there.
Let's not go there. I don't know why.
Yes, I don't need to know.
Okay,
you know what, Bobby? Maybe you do need to know.
No, I don't. I'm sorry, but I don't.
Yeah, yes, you do. You need to know.
Here's a stupid random question from lunch. Like, what if like you have like conjoined twins? Like, how would you like, go about dating and marrying someone? Like, how?
They'd probably like, I don't know, if they're both getting married at the same time, that kind of makes sense, because then they both have to live in the same house, or both couples.
Would they have one or two wives or husbands?
I don't know. It's like, how would you go on a date too? That'd be awkward. She'd have to like sit there and text, like pretend she's not there.
Yeah, and then like on top of that, like say like you're married to one like say it's like conjoined dudes, right? And they're like in bed together, you know.
Yeah. Like, what about sex?
It has like one wife, right? She's like, This is kind of awkward because your brother's here watching us, and then like if you have two wives, it's like 24/7 orgy.
I don't know, man. I mean, probably. I don't know.
And then like if it was, and then somebody else asks is like it's like if it was a woman, would like one get pregnant or like both get pregnant or how would that work?
It depends on the way they're set up, man, or the way they're joined. Like if they're joined at the hip, and if they share the stomach, then yeah. If they share both all their body parts, then yes. But some are only joined at the hip, but other than that, they basically have their own bodies.
Okay,
It'd be like you and Trevor were joined at the hip, but yet that was the only place you were joined. You didn't share anything other than that. Then yeah, both of you could get pregnant separately if you were women.
I just had a nasty thought.
Oh, we don't even know.
What if there's like conjoined women to the point that they have like the what is it? Oh, frick! The part where the baby stays in. Opens if
the
they
uterus?
Yeah, where they had shared uterus, but they had like two separate vaginas.
So like go to the same place? That'd be so weird.
Yeah. Which one does the baby come out of?
I don't know. What happens if one vagina is hooked to the uterus and one's not? Like,
I don't know. Well, one's for
one doesn't have a uterus.
one's for pleasure and one's for baby making. That's like a for sure way there. That's safe.
Yeah,
sex.
yeah.
What about I don't know. That's weird. Huh. What happens if you had twins and one went through the other vagina and the other went through the other one?
Okay, this is going.
Okay, south. We're not making fun of conjoined twins, are we? I guess we technically are.
Okay, this is going really south here.
Okay, what happens if they're joined on each other's top of the heads, and one's taking a poop? Does that mean the other one's up in the air, dangling up there?
Well, if you're standing, regardless, they're sitting there oh, look at me, I'm in the air.
I mean, I've seen that where, you know what I mean? It's like they were joined head to head on the top of their heads.
Yeah.
And I remember the story where the parents decided to have them separated. Only one survived.
Yeah, because so that one of them was had only the head parts, not the other body parts, and was being parasitic to the fully developed child.
Yeah, this is a separate one from what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that is weird.
That's some weird crap right there. But okay, if you're in the situation to where you had a conjoined twin, but the one was parasitic, it didn't have its own heart or anything, it's just just sitting there leeching off you, and then it had to die because you were what would you think of that? Couldn't that just been a whole other person and just died, or
yeah, or this? What happens if your other twin died?
You're emotionally scarred right off the bat with that one.
Actually, I heard. This is a fact. Usually, they die pretty close within each other. One might die an hour before, but that's still freaky knowing that half your body's dead.
Yeah.
I'm hooked to a dead person.
I got a question though, for you guys. If the only thing they share is their stomachs, you know what I mean? They have the same body frame, but they each have separate. Okay, let's say they have the same legs, same stomach. Okay, that means they have one vagina, but yet they have two different heads.
Get dog.
If one's pregnant. How do you know which one's pregnant? Does that mean both of them are pregnant at the same time, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're conjoined twins, but there's only one stomach, only one uterus, one vagina.
It depends. If it's
you always just gotta stick the uterus and the vagina in there, don't you?
Well, I know it sounds dirty.
Yeah,
but
I know. Well, you can just say same legs up to same stomach, Keep those
vajages out having here. Sex, are you having sex with both of them?
I guess so.
What happens if two guys got married to two different women, but there's only one?
Yeah, that's an easy way to get a threesome right there.
Yeah.
But Bryce, it would depend. If it was a
what?
If it was a mosaic conjoinment. Well, every time I try to talk, he tries to talk. So.
Shut up, Trevor. I mean, Bobby.
If it was a mosaic joining in which their cells are alternating, right? The DNA and their cells are alternating, then it would be both at the same time. But if one's dominant, then it would be that one.
Okay, that's too deep. I'm not.
Huh. I don't know. What happens if they looked? Do they always look alike, or when they're twins? I mean, you got those twins that are still twins because they were born together.
Yeah,
but they don't look alike.
What if one of them was like Megan Fox hot, and then the other one's just like freaking just hideous, ugly ass donkey bitch?
And then they had a kid, but only one of them could be pregnant, at a time because they share the same reproductive organs. Does that mean who would get what's genes? You know what I mean? Who would?
There would be two moms, I guess.
I know that, but man, I wonder what Megan Fox would look like mixed with a really ugly girl mixed with Brad Pitt.
I don't even know that.
I don't know. Let's change the subject. How?
That should be the title of this podcast. Conjoined twin sex.
What's the furthest place that you guys have been from where you live? You know what I mean?
California.
Redondo Beach, California.
Really, what were you doing down there, Bobby?
I was having vacation.
I know, but
actually, I've been to Mexico.
Like your vacation?
We just went down to the beach and then we stayed at like a hotel and then we got like these little clams. We opened them up and we found pearls inside and stuff. So it's kind of cool.
I've been down to Mexico before, like all the crap exploded down there. I went on a cruise.
Nice.
It was amazing because me and my stepbrother stayed up until like 1 o'clock in the morning. Went over to the buffet, had a calzone, and played like freaking cards on the deck. It was awesome. And then you wake up, right? It's like 9 o'clock and it's already like sunny outside, but like there's no windows in your room. And it's like you're like, what? It's like freaking 4 o'clock in here. And then you look at the watch and you're like, holy balls! It's ridiculous.
Okay, Trevor, what is up with you and like saying "holy balls" and like the last?
That's my like holy cow or holy shit.
I'd rather you say holy cow than holy balls. That just makes you sound okay. No.
Well, at least I'm not. I don't got the voice going on here,
Yeah, and that's what drives me nuts about. I have nothing against them, but I just wish they wouldn't do the whole thing. It's like we can tell you're that way just by the way you act, not by the way you talk.
Yeah, if you're gonna be gay, please just like act like a normal person. Don't like exaggerate.
Not that they're not normal. It's just that
I think that's their normal personality, though.
Oh, I know, but like that, it's like sticking like your sexual orientation in your face. Like you don't want to know. Like if someone tells, like but it's the same thing with gays. Like if someone comes up and says I'm straight, like I don't want to know that.
I mean, usually you can tell. Sometimes it's usually. Or a person for a long time, and then you find out they are, and it kind of surprises you, and you're like, oh, that makes sense, or explains a few things.
Yeah,
my just giving you the hand gesture there,
But it's like, not that it's like I've had it, I've met a few, and I have nothing against them. I'm not just saying that because of this podcast. It's just, I just don't like it when they start hitting on me. That's kind of like, hey, you're that way, but I'm not, and respect that. It's not that I'm homophobic, it's just that I'm not that way. I respect your ways, but you don't need to be hitting on me because it's kind of it's a waste of your time.
This episode has something to do with sex, doesn't it?
No, actually, it just is gone.
Well, we're talking about conjoined.
We went from talking about being in Mexico to that. And it is kind of funny how we go from one thing to the other.
Yeah, it's just random as heck.
Because we went from you saying holy balls, and now we're talking about gay men hitting on me.
That's because you're saying I'm gay because I said holy balls.
I don't know. It just sounds weird, man. It's like in the other podcast you said, "Oh, we're just gonna have to pull this out of our butts." I don't know. Okay.
Well, that's an expression,
Okay, fine. I just
like you pull something out of your ass. It's like, where did you get that idea?
Pulled it out of your ass. Okay, I got it. I didn't mean anything by it. I was just
yeah, I know.
It's
all a big fat joke.
You guys. Okay.
Is that a fat joke?
This place I've been, which is sad because when I didn't go to Nashville, I've been in Nashville, Tennessee. Had to go to Boise, fly to Minneapolis. I think actually Salt Lake, and then to another place, and then to Nashville. I just don't remember what that place was. It was Minnesota. So, and I spent a week in Nashville. It's kind of cool because my dad, the hotel room was free because he had a conference down there, and so the school paid for that, but we had to pay for like the tickets and the extra people and all that. But it was cool because I went and saw I don't know, like even if you're not a big fan of country, I feel like you just can respect it, because like down in Rogersville, Tennessee is actually named after my ancestors. So I spent a week down there, and it was kind of cool. But it's kind of funny that hotel I stayed at was named Gaylord Opryland Resort. So it kind of reminds me of Gaylord Fokker on Meet the Fockers, which I had a hard time saying without not saying that word all the time. Yeah, it was fun. I mean, I got to see the Grand Ole Opry and go to the Country Music Hall of Fame. Um, you know what was cool though? I went to Andrew Jackson's Hermitage. I think that's his name, right? The president. Yeah, I went to the Hermitage down there. It was really really cool, actually. Really fascinating because you like listen to this headset and it talks about the thing as you're walking through. Um, so yeah, it was really good. I got to see Elvis's gold Cadillac, so that was kind of cool. I didn't even know they considered Elvis country. Guess more like country rock, but it was cool.
It's like sort of everything, ain't he?
Yeah, he kind of fits into everything.
Well, not everything.
I mean, not everything, but yeah, he kind of goes between rock and being country. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't really. I'm like, I respect Elvis, but I just, it's not that I'm not a fan. I just never really listened to his music a whole lot, you know.
His rocking, hip shaking music is just not good enough for you.
Yeah, it's kind of funny how we go from thinking that what Elvis did on TV was bad, but now people can say hell and basically get away with it. You know, we've gone so far.
And then you go on like Cartoon Network at night, and then like people on Family Guy, they're all like, bitch, bitch.
I know, right?
Like Fox censors some of the jokes, I guess, is what I've heard.
Yeah, I don't really care.
What do they call that though? After hours or something on?
Adult Swim.
Yeah, Adult Swim.
Yeah, I guess it's, I don't know. It's not during regular daytime viewing hours. I guess they can technically.
Yeah, I guess all the kids go to bed at 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Just kidding.
Yeah, not this kid.
Well, and nothing against you, Bob. I should tell you that when I had to go to school, I would go to sleep at 11:30, which is still late. But now that I'm working, I'd usually get home around 12, and I wasn't ready to go to bed until 2. So that's why my sleeping habit has been really off.
Wonky.
Yeah. I like that. Wonka.
It's wonky.
You ever had those words that's really hard to pronounce? I don't know. It's like there's something about that word that you have a hard time saying. Sometimes you can say it right, sometimes you can't, or maybe it's just me.
Well, I remember Mrs. Carlson giving our names. Anyway, one of our okay, I don't give a fuck about her. She's a retarded, like 7th grade middle school teacher or whatever. Mrs. Carlson.
She wasn't that bad.
She was horrible. She gave us an assignment for over the night is to correctly say aluminum because everybody's like aluminum or cinnamon.
Yeah, I used to have a hard time saying synonym. I still can't say it right. When I was a little kid, I used to say computers or computers. I used to always say things differently.
I couldn't say. There wasn't a difference between synonym and synonym.
Cinnamon and synonym.
I don't know. I could still never say them right. I get them mixed up.
I know.
All the time, and it's not that I mean to do it, and people make fun of me for it. I don't know, like tease me for it, I guess, and I get frustrated sometimes about it because I can't help it. It's like, Bobby, do you remember a guy named Jonathan Olsen? He's from Sweden.
No.
He hates it because he has this really, really Swedish accent. We'll have to have him in here sometime, but he'll
that'd be pretty cool.
Close this level down. John, well, I didn't really like him. I thought he was a cool guy. Like Trevor talked to him.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
Pretty cool guy. I think it's the only difference is the hour difference, so we'd have to do it. Like here, it's 11:47 on the weekend, so it doesn't really matter.
It's probably like in the middle of the night here, middle of the day there.
Yeah, like I was up at 4 a.m. and it was 12:22 there, so I was like, "Hey, John, what's up?" And he's like, "Oh, nothing much. Gotta go catch the bus." So yeah, it's 7:47 a.m. Actually, so
time zones confuse the crap out of me sometimes. It's like
time zones, yeah.
EST, LSD, whatever.
Like you remember when like when the Chinese Olympics were going on, or I mean not Chinese Olympics, but when the Olympics were going on in China, and you'd stay up really late to watch them unless you had a DVR and you could record them.
Yeah.
Because
we had a DVR.
So I was really tired through that week. Which the Olympics are actually this year. Do you guys know where they're being held?
London.
I think it was London, yeah.
Really? That's awesome. I wonder when they're going to start doing it. Because I actually don't mind watching the Olympics. I'll watch what I can, but I'm not like a big fan when it comes to it.
I'm not an Uber fan. I hardly ever watch it anyway. So I've heard that's London. I think. Don't quote me.
What? Did they ever... They had the Winter Olympics here in Idaho one time, didn't they, though?
Oh, it's Utah.
Utah? I think that's still cool, though, to have it.
Yeah.
I think like right here in Idaho, though, like at Palmerell or Maybe better in
That's
some.
like early 2000s, I think, when Utah.
So okay, they do it every 4 years. So it was 2004 the last time. No, it was 2008. I bet.
I think it's just 2000. I don't know. I was living in this old house. I think it's
Oh,
like
I was just saying when the last Olympics were, but no, I remember. Bobby, do you remember since you watch it probably more? I don't know. Do you watch it much, Bobby?
The Olympics?
Yeah.
Not really.
I just remember last year they were mentioning how young those Chinese gals look. You know, they were really
Oh.
talented, but some people wondered if they're really look their age. But I think that's just how it is with the Asian culture. They look really, really young.
Maybe.
they cherish their smallness.
Well, and it's yeah. I mean, I mean that too. But at the
It
same,
all comes down to like their little living quarters there. Like they have like real say our Nintendo controllers are like have like 6-9 feet cords on them, right? They got like 2.5 to 3 foot cords, so they're like sitting like 2 inches from the TV.
yeah, I agree with you.
You
Man,
know, they just got small houses.
it's amazing how we go from talking about how far away have you been from where you live to this. It's amazing how you go from one thing to the other when it comes to conversations.
I guess it's just normal conversation.
Yeah.
That's how
This
come we
is a
like
really
skip.
great idea for a podcast, though, because if you're a tech stuff podcast or a technology podcast, you can only cover technology. You know what I mean? Unless you make it
Right.
accessible. So we really have a chance. We have a better chance of making this go for as long as we want it to, because we can talk about anything.
Yep.
Even though I think there should be certain podcasts or certain segments of the podcast that are dedicated to a certain subject, even though we may veer off, but kind of come back to reality when it comes to that. But if there's a such thing as reality.
Maybe.
But yeah, I was just saying, like if Bobby wanted to cover politics,
Robbie.
if Booby wanted to cover something when it comes to
Blue-footed booby.
Booby,
Those birds are funny.
what?
Blue-footed boobies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, oh, that makes me laugh. If there's a bird called that, I gotta look that up.
You
Can you
didn't
send
know
me
that?
Google that real quick and send me a link because I think I know what you're talking about.
You didn't.
Have you ever heard of
He
I thought
doesn't
he
know
was the
what.
one. I thought he was the one who sent the picture in the first place.
me? No,
Yeah.
blue hooded boobies, or whatever you called it.
Blue-footed boobies. Blue feet and their boobies.
You can't even see what I mean by not being able to say a word right. It's so frustrating. I knew I was.
It's just a bunch of boobies.
So they have blue boobies. Cool.
Blue birds with blue boobies.
Exotic.
I
It's not like blue balls.
love that. That picture. I mean, that bird looks so funny. It
Dirt.
kind of looks like Bobby.
Oh, thanks.
Hey Bobby. Hey
That's
Bobby.
information.
What?
Okay, I deserved being made attacked there because earlier.
Pokemon.
I
Anyway.
do
Pokemon.
guys
Anyway.
a lot. Have you ever noticed that certain people look like a certain animal? Like Mr. Goss looks like a goose.
Does
That was totally random. Here, I'll show you what I mean.
People used to call me a sloth in Minico.
People call me. It's not because his last name is Goss, so he's kind of really, really close to Goose. But people used to call me
Yeah.
A what?
Look at this. Look at the picture of a goose and tell me if Mr. Goss kind of looks like one. I don't know. It's just certain things about it. I don't know how you can relate somebody to that, but still, it makes me laugh every time.
I don't know.
It's kind of funny. Mrs. Cobble actually looks like a turkey.
She would too.
She does, yeah.
The flap of skin is below her chin. She's a very sweet lady, even though I've heard she goes out and drinks, so it's kind of crazy to think there's a crazy side of that woman. Or a side. Not crazy side. She has that both. That also. But doesn't she kind of look like a turkey? In fact, every time I would pass her, I'd say, go, 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 go. Every time she was looking. And she'd shake. Be quiet, Bryce.
Hey Bobby. You know how you're getting like you know how Bryce is editing the audio and you're gonna stick pictures on it for the video.
Sure.
Take note of these images that are being put into the chat so people can look at them.
So wait. I'm gonna edit the audio and Bobby's adding the pictures, or
You know, everybody can do a little bit. Like I send the recordings from my end over to you, and then like you can edit out all the little crap here and there. like the audio stuff, and then Bobby can you can send it to Bobby, and then he can put images to the podcast while it's playing on YouTube.
And you can just, if you need links to the images, you can just use the images that we've sent you. Like here's an image to the things which you, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can see. But if we do start an iTunes account, we can't really do that. They'll just have to go look up a turkey themselves.
Well, I think everybody knows what a turkey looks like.
This is the way that Mrs. Cobble looks. That no, she's a sweet gal. I don't mean to make fun of her, but
sweet old gal.
Yeah. Now, who else is it? I'm trying to remember. Have you guys ever thought that though, comparing people to animals?
Yeah, it sort of makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, in a way, it sounds. I mean, I know it sounds really, really weird. Like you'd never think of that, but I don't know. Like I've looked at certain people and thought they look like a. I could understand where you look like a sloth though, and that's kind of mean. I don't mean that in a mean way. Did that offend you when I said that?
What?
When you said you look like a sloth?
No, I was like, whatever.
Like when I smiled, they always made fun of me because they thought I looked like a dinosaur when I smiled.
Well, people before I had braces and I had sort of like my teeth, like I had an overbite sort of thing, so my top teeth would sort of stick out. People used to call me Beaver Fever, not to be confused with Bieber Fever. Screw that.
I'm trying not to laugh. Trevor just uploaded a video. Okay, sorry. Go ahead. Talking to myself.
Yeah, quit talking to yourself. People think
you guys ever do that a lot? Am I the only one that talks to himself? It actually helps me stay organized. Like I'll talk to myself while I'm doing something, and you know what? The only time it's awkward for me is when people catch me doing it and I don't notice I'm doing it, like in public, or when you have a Bluetooth and you're talking in the store and people think you're talking to them.
Yeah, sort of like you're sitting there in the library and you're getting frustrated with your computer and you're like, oh, what the fuck? And then like people are like, what?
They're like, what was that? And I was like, nothing.
It was your mom.
How many minutes did we record before we stopped? Was it about half an hour or was it just about 20 minutes?
Yeah, it was about like 5 minutes. Besides, we're only going to take the intro part from that since it kind of turned crappy.
Yeah. I don't mind the part where you guys attack me since I've kind of attacked Bobby.
Yeah. No, that's not really podcasty very much anyway, though.
Well, okay.
I don't know. Well, you can keep it in if you want, but I'm not really a fan of that part.
Okay, well, we got 200 YouTube friends. I feel so special.
Subscribers, I think. Oh, you got friends?
Hey. Well, you have friends? You said you're only friends.
What I meant was like you got YouTube friends, because I don't really bother with that too much. Because what do you do with friends on YouTube? Like, just subscribe to them if you're gonna watch your videos.
Well, it's not that. It's so when you can go and share a video, you have their username to automatically send to you. It's like archiving their username. So when you go to type their username in, it'll appear instead of having to.
So what, like a contact list or something?
Yeah, it's kind of like exactly, actually. So
contact list for people that you don't even know, and sometimes people just add you, and you're like, who the hell is this dude? Like, what am I watching?
You know, like I've gone through and removed the people. Like I'd subscribe to people just because they subscribe to me. It's like, you know what, that doesn't even make sense. So I would go in. I removed a bunch of my subscribers just because, not my subscribers, but the people I was subscribed to, just because I never watched their videos. It's not that they don't have any good videos. It's just I don't watch them, so there's no point of me subscribed to them. But no, I need to go through and remove some of my friends, because I don't know some of them. They send me, the only people that send me videos, are people I actually know. So
yeah,
but, yeah. Did you which photo were you talking about earlier though on my
Oh, the one that's okay, like your face, you know, like
they're going up at an angle.
Yeah, it's like you're like, ugh, you're gonna rip someone's face off, you know. That's funny.
Well, that's actually my YouTube icon right now.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean you can show that to him, Bobby. I don't really care. I'll give you a link to it, or you can download it. Though. You know how to do that, right? Like, right click on an image, go save image as. Yeah.
Well, you don't have to save image as. You just put a link or something. 1 second. I'll throw it up there for you. Throw it up. Throw it up
there. Well, hold on. It depends on which one you're talking about, because I got two of them. Honestly, I like this one better. Hold on. There's one I like better than the other one.
Well, I guess I can't let.
Here, I'll show you. there's one where I'm kind of, I don't know if it's, I'm making the face that you're telling me I'm subscribing. We got to confirm that real quick. Hey, Bobby, so how long did you live in Vegas, man, if you don't mind me asking you?
Combined total of about 9 years.
Really? So how old, so you, were you born in Wendell? I mean, did you grow up and then you moved and then you came back,
I
or?
was born in Vegas, lived there for 7 years, came here for 5 years, went back there for 2 years, and now I'm back again.
Why is that? I mean, is it because
I
it's a
don't know.
job, or, oh, do you miss it?
Yeah.
I bet your friends were surprised when you told them you were coming back. You know, I mean, because you were down there and then you came back and then you went back down there. It's just, I bet they were
Not really. Nobody really wanted me over here.
over
Over
here or
here?
down there.
Over here.
Oh, come on now.
We love you, Bobby.
No
Straight up.
homo.
Especially as a friend. But Trevor's got to take everything I say the wrong way.
Yeah. Well, this is a stereotypical like high school mind for you. Get used to.
Yeah, and I'm not I'm out of high school. You know what? I don't. You know what's sad? Like, you guys are not even as bad as some of the people I've worked with.
Oh,
So,
I know.
well, you guys think you're bad. You should meet some of the
I
people.
know. Like one time,
Yeah.
I have a story
High
about that
school never
actually.
really stops.
Because what was it? One of my cousins is working at Walmart. Well, he's like one of the people that goes out in the middle of the night and faces shelves and gets stuff off the trucks and stuff. Well, this idiot manager, right? Like, he has this like bottle of soap like in his pocket or whatever, right? He goes out and walks behind the dumpster, was like sitting there, and, oh, and like comes out, like puts soap on his hands, like, oh, look what I did, like, it's like the clear
So
soap too.
stupid.
It's so wrong.
Yeah, dude.
It's
I mean,
like, hey, you want to touch this?
I still felt like I was in high school when I was working at, where, my last workplace. Do you
Fred
think it
Meyer.
matters if I say where I worked, or?
No, that doesn't mean. It's just a big fat company. Everybody knows what the heck Fred Meyer is.
Well, I mean, unless you live on the East Coast, because there's none over there. It's kind of like a Western.
Fred Meyer's is a convenience store, so
It's kind of like Walmart. Yeah.
it's Walmart but
Like,
smaller.
Fred Meyer Jewelers is like the third or second biggest one in the northwestern United States. But anyway, yeah, when I worked there, it still felt like I was in high school just because of all the gossiping and people stabbing each other in the back. Like, there was this one gal I worked with. She was actually my PIC, and I don't know what I did with her. We just never really got off on the right foot, even though I tried to, be nice to her. I've kind of learned not to become very personal friends with your coworkers. You kind of go to a certain extent, and you guys will learn this when you guys get a job. Not that you haven't had a job. It's just when
Bobby, you
know
don't
what
have a job, get a job. I don't have a job either, actually. I need to get a job.
But anyway, you know what I mean. Like, unless when you actually get a job, other than working for your family, or just when you're actually on an official payroll, you know what I mean, right? I'm not saying you guys haven't had a job. But anyway, it's like, I
Yeah.
don't know what I did with her. It's just like I felt like she had something against me, even though I never even did something with her. So it's like, I hate it when people hate you for reasons unknown to you. It just drives me insane, because then you're continuously figuring out. But then I eventually realized, it's like, you know what? The only reason why I cared was because she was above me. She was a supervisor, kind of. She was a PIC. So it felt like she was continuously trying to get me in trouble. The second I slacked off, she, would report it. And so it's like, my dad's like, oh, well, don't give her a reason to even think you're slacking off. I was like, I don't. She just comes up with crap. So I don't know. I just don't miss it. The place I work at, Macy's, is definitely a lot better. So compared to that, when it comes to that, so. Anyway, I will not go into any more details. But have you guys ever had that with somebody? Not even in a work situation, just somebody you had to work with, or like maybe you were in a class and you had a partner with somebody that you don't even like, or that you don't really hate, but they dislike you, and it's hard to work together.
Yeah.
I've had some of the opposite, actually, because like there's like certain people that, well, you know who we're talking about, Bobby, the annoying kid,
Put it in the chat, would you mind? Just because I don't think I know. Well, that way I know what you're talking about, man.
No, I don't know his name either, but like he just walks up to you and just says the weirdest shit. Like,
oh yeah,
it's
Bobby,
just
do you know who it is?
kind of creepy.
yes.
Can you put that in the, please?
If you want to, but I'm not saying it aloud. Cause, that's
well, I know, that's why I just want you to put it in there so I know who you're talking about. I mean, for the viewers, I apologize. I mean, just describe, like, what kind of kid this is. That way they kind of know.
Like,
Just like somebody who's, I mean, it's like you don't mean to. It's like you don't mean to hate him,
I
but
know
it's like
it's not like you're trying to be
you.
purposely fully like hate on him or anything, but it's just like one of those personalities that just don't mesh. Like he'll walk up to you and just say, like he has got like maybe a paper shield and sword in his hand. He's like, I want to see this dude. I just like, yeah, no, yeah.
Oh, dude, I definitely know what you mean. And when it comes to that, like, I've had girls that really, really like me, but I would never even see myself dating them.
I know.
It's and first of all, I got to be attracted to the girl, and I'm not saying they're hideous. They may be one girl I might not find attractive, but another guy will. So it's not saying that they're necessarily ugly, but they continue. They think that I like them, and I only talk to them because I feel sorry for them, and I shouldn't even give them the time of day. It's not like maybe I should have just said, hey, you know what? I don't want to be more than friends. I don't really. I don't know. It's like it's hard to tell them that. Because if you tell them you're afraid you're going to hurt their feelings, and it drives me nuts when girls do that.
Well, you know what? The way I say it is, don't give a fuck. Because, like, if you hurt their feelings and they're pissed off for you for the rest of their life, it's like you wouldn't really want to be friends with them anyway,
Yeah, at least you're honest with them. You're not trying to sit there and waste their time.
I guess I'm just a brutally honest kind of person. But.
And I really like that, actually, when it comes to people. I'd rather have a friend that's brutally honest than one that tries to sugarcoat it. Because when people sugarcoat things, it just drives me insane.
It's like, no, this is all right. No, it's not. Look at it.
Especially when you have a friend that way and they're hanging out at your house or something. And you're like, are you cold? Do you want to watch TV? And they're like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Or is this okay? And they'll be like, no, that's fine. It's fine. I'd be like, just tell me.
Well, even though I am sort of like the brutally honest person, like, I'm pretty much here to serve. Like, if someone asks me a question, I'm like, yeah, whatever. It's all up to you, But like, if it really matters to me, I'll be like, fuck no, or something,
And you and your swear words. I'm gonna have to spend a lot of time fixing that.
Yeah, fix it now. Like, okay. Oh, never mind. I'm not gonna go there. Don't get your bleep button out. Whatever you do, don't get it out. No. No.
Okay, well, you know what else drives me nuts? I don't even know if I can say this without it sounding mean. So maybe we'll go there. It's kind of the same thing. You know what? I don't even recognize who you're talking about, but I can definitely know it. I mean, like, I know what type of person you're talking about.
Yeah.
It also kind of sucks when they're not trying to be annoying. Okay, that would definitely make sense.
Yeah.
Was he there when I was there having lunch with you guys?
No.
Okay, never mind. That one kid I'd met, that he was a freshman, that was actually skinnier than who. Which, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just like people think I'm skinny, and then there's these freshmen, and they're twice as skinny as I was. Anyway, what was I gonna say? It's like there's like a person, they're kind of like that, except they're just innocently trying to be friends with you. But yet, their intentions are good. It's kind of like you can't hate them for they're just trying to be nice, but yet they just drive you insane, and you don't know how to tell them. So basically, it's almost the same thing. So you just gotta.
It's just like the clash of personalities. That's gonna happen.
Yeah, it just doesn't match. Chris. Oh, okay. Oh, anyway, Bobby, have you ever had something like that? Like a girl that was just driving you nuts, that had a crush on you, or.
Yeah.
So, Bobby, how did you get into Photoshop? Did your parents buy it for you, or because I guess you were using Paint before?
Yeah, and I'm still using Paint actually, but.
What do you find yourself using more often?
Paint actually.
Paint? Why, for different projects, or is it just?
Well, because I get to work pixel by pixel, and it's good for sprite editing.
Yeah. Well, anyway, viewers of this podcast, these beautiful pictures you are seeing on the screen right now, which are supposedly supposed to be the Project M podcast logos, he made those. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I was really impressed, man. with that. So yeah, I just
Like
like to thank you for doing that.
You
so.
made those like in like 15 minutes, didn't you? Like you just like pulled
Yeah,
those up.
it
But
was like
those are pretty
15
good.
minutes. Yeah.
Those are pretty good
That looks
for.
like you spent more than that. It looks like you spent at least half an hour on it. So.
It was like 15 minutes. That I had to do myself. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Dude, the only thing about me and you, Bobby, is we get in some pretty stupid arguments. That like
We do.
Like if we got in an argument like we did earlier about the compliment thing, I would just hate to get in an argument like that, and that
That
causes
was the stupidest argument I have ever
I
seen.
know, but at the moment we were mad.
I know.
But it's like I would hate to get in an argument with you guys like that and then like lose the friendship over it. It's just stupid. You know what I mean?
Well, you know what it is like with the guys. Like you just get in an argument like fuck you, and then you come back the next day, you're like, what's up, dude? And then like girls,
I know.
they're like, well, I hate you. I'm not gonna talk to you.
That's not what you're talking about. Because I think when it comes to relationships, I think guys, they're first in denial, but I think it's harder for a guy to get over a girl than it is for a girl to get over a guy.
Yeah.
Well, girls are kind of sad the first few days, where the guys are trying to just kind of push it to the side. So it depends on what you mean. But yeah, guys get over stuff a lot easier. Like, I don't know if I should say this, but my sister, when she'll get mad at somebody and she'll never forgive them. I'm like, you're going to hold grudges against that one person for an honest mistake, or even if they meant to hurt you. It's like, it's not even worth it. You know what I mean? Like the people that used to make fun of me in high school, I'm like, F them. Or fuck them, sorry. Fuck them. It's just like, I could care less. I'm not going to spend my whole life. It's not even worth the effort. And to continually hate you. Like, I was so mad at them, like, I blocked them on Facebook. And I unblocked them as kind of a way of forgiving. But I just don't see the point in continually holding a grudge against somebody. It's just like, or either forgive them or not and just move on with your life, is basically what I'm saying.
It's like those people, certain people at school that just never just not leaving you alone or whatever. They just, like, bug you constantly, like, you go home, you're like, whatever, I don't give a crap.
Right.
Let him do what he wants. He'll get sick of it eventually.
Yeah, and I told you, it's like, you're not trying to be rude. Like, especially, like, if you, especially if it got to the point where that certain person was driving you nuts and you just yelled at him. It's like, you know what? It's like, let's say, Trevor, you were driving me nuts, and I said, hey, you know what, Trevor? I know you're just trying to be a nice guy, but honestly, you are driving me effing insane. So can you give me some personal space? Like, let's just say you totally just rip them to pieces.
Huh.
And I don't know. That's like, I think, if they're driving you nuts, you should talk to them as soon as possible. Just say, hey, you know what? I really don't
appreciate that.
It's nothing that you did. It was me, even though that's not true. Because it was them, but you don't want to make them feel like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's just like my theory is just be honest with them, tell them how you're feeling, and then just go on from there. If they have a problem with it, hey, say, you know what? That's their fault. That's not my problem that they're mad at you for being honest with them. Because like I'd feel bad if I hurt their feelings, but then I'd realize, you know what? I was honest with them, then I can move on. So.
Yeah.
I think this is the longest time we've spent on one subject, though.
Yeah, like relationships and like enjoying twin sex and.
Yeah, and so, like, how far away have you been from your hometown? So, I was born in Rexburg. Where were you guys born?
Twin Falls.
And none of you guys are adopted?
Nope.
Okay, well, I was. How my adoption worked is I was actually. Here, I'm gonna get up closer. I probably shouldn't be laying down like that. Yeah. It was a private adoption. It was through the LDS Church, which I am not active anymore. I'll not even get into that. Yeah, laugh, and I don't care if you guys make jokes about it.
Moron.
So I was a moron for like 18 years.
Yeah.
Like 16. But anyway, yeah, so I wasn't allowed to look at my parents until I think it was 18, a legal adult. And I just haven't done so because I'd have to send in a request to my lawyer, and then he'd have to send in a request to the courts to unseal the documents or whatever, and then I could find out. But it's kind of like, do I want to? Because I want to get your guys' opinion. If you were adopted, okay, and the only thing you knew about your biological parents is, basically their medical history and their basic physical appearance, like you don't know much more than that. Just like, okay, they have blue eyes, how much they weighed, and all that. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying my parents, they're my parents as far as that goes. They're my father. My dad's my dad. But I'm just saying, like, the only reason I want to know is either to thank them for giving me a better life, because I wouldn't have had that great of a life compared to this one, if I stayed there because my mom died before my first birthday. But you don't have to say I'm sorry. I'm not trying to make this a real sad podcast. But would you guys want to know? I just want to know. That way I can know where my ancestry's from.
That'd be a really hard decision because there's like a 50-50 chance. Maybe they're good people, but then maybe they're like the druggy hooker retard.
You're right.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something that you just don't want to know.
Right.
Yeah, there's something behind this.
So maybe it'd be safe not to know. Just assume that my ancestors or my ancestors.
But then maybe it might turn out that you're like the ancestor of like Bill Gates or something, you know.
I know somebody famous. Not like I'd expect money from them. Even though it'd be nice.
Well, yeah. But like maybe you're like the prodigy of like the smartest person on earth.
Yeah, but I mean, you're always taking a chance there. I mean, I don't know. It's like I want to know because I want to know where I'm from. Like I want to know where I'm, like, what country I'm from, blood related. You know what I'm.
Right. Well, like your nationality or whatever.
Yeah, my nationality. But it's like, or should I just consider my adoptive parents my nationality, where they're from, my nationality, even though technically I'm not.
Well, I don't know. If you're happy where you are, I'd say stick with it. But if you're like unhappy and you just want to maybe try to find something better, then maybe look at it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't appreciate that. Like, if you guys are listening, let me know. I mean, I'm open. I don't know if it's I'm happy. I think it's more just I'm curious, you know.
Yeah.
I've never thought of it that way, that it could be something I wouldn't want to know. You know, like maybe like somebody in my family murdered somebody, and I'm like, oh, okay. You know, maybe they're more.
My dad was a murderer. Holy crap. That sucks.
That would.
What would?
Like if your dad turned out to be like the murderer, like a father turned out to be murderer, not dad. You know?
Oh yeah.
That'd blow.
Like if I don't know, it'd be sad if like my dad turned out to be like this raging alcoholic and he went and murdered his whole family. I mean that would suck.
Yeah.
Yes, it would.
This is turning very morbid.
Or maybe my dad happens to listen to this podcast. No, I'm just kidding. That would be crazy. You know what sucked though? If my dad had more children and I found out I had sex with my adoptive sister from my sister, that would suck.
That would.
Before. I mean, the chances of that are really low. I'll just stay away from the Rexburg area.
Yeah. Like you don't know like if you have like some sort of like relative that's like you don't know who like your like bloodline parents and family are, but like what if you like marry like your cousin or something?
Yeah. And we like from the first time we met each other we clicked. That would explain it. You know, because your family's gonna have your personalities are gonna be somewhat close, don't you think? I mean, me and my sister are from two different families, and our view on things is completely different most of the time. You know.
Well, it can happen with anybody because, like, my sisters and I just sometimes don't agree. Everybody has disagreeing moments.
Yeah, I mean, just because it's the same family doesn't mean you're gonna have the same views, but because not all brothers and sisters get along perfectly. I'm just gonna say.
Definitely not. I don't think anybody has.
You dumbasses.
Yeah, see, I told you. He's gonna spill the beans, like you're spilling the beans over there.
My bathroom was on the other side of the wall, and my speakers are right on the wall, so I can still hear you say my name.
Well, turn down the speakers.
No, so then I can tell what you're talking about. Here, man, I'm insecure. I was saying to myself, not that I was trying to talk to myself. I was
this
just
podcast requires editing.
remarking that this podcast is very boring without me because I keep you guys going.
Yeah.
You're like the only one who talks.
You know. Well.
Yeah. Well, every time I tell Bobby to say, I'm like, "Hey, Bobby, how was your vacation?" He's like, "Oh, I went down and had a vacation." Yeah. What else did you do? I went to the beach. What did you do on that beach? Read a book. What kind of book? A good book.
I didn't read a book.
What was it? Was it Aragon?
See? Point. I rest my case.
Was it Barbie Super Adventure Time?
I like Super Adventure Time.
Oh. Adventure Time!
What time is it? It's 10:30.
No, it's time for you to type. Get it right. It's the time for you to type. It's from the Mario Head. Mario Head speaks. He's like king of the world.
I see.
It's like the Mario Head off of Mario 64. Except it's off of like Mario just typing, so it's like talking crap about typing. It's time for you to type. YouTube poops.
YouTube poop. Sounds messed up.
Or they require oil maintenance back.
Cricket.
And now, a message from our sponsors. Fleshlight.
Glow-in-the-dark sunglasses.
Glow-in-the-dark sunglasses and fleshlight. So where you can see your glow-in-the-dark sunglasses in the middle of the night and beat off of the sex toy. Woo! It just sounds so wonderful with glow-in-the-dark set. Dude, that's a perfect combination right there. Dude, if I could have glow-in-the-dark sunglasses so I can see what I'm doing in the dark while like using a flash. No, I'm not even gonna go there. Never mind.
No, don't even. No. Rated explicit.
This is the explicit podcast. I don't know why I talk like this. It's kind of creepy, you know.
I don't know. Don't know.
Give you a hamburger.
No, thank you. I don't want no hamburger.
If you come in my car, I'll give you a hamburger.
No. No, thank you. I don't need cheeseburger.
My wife would give you a taco.
Dear God.
Some of this randomness can be kept, but some of it cannot.
Sad. Very sad.
It's a sad, sad day for today. Is the day. Which is a day.
Leroy, want to go to Arctic Circle? No, because Arctic Circle gave my dad food poisoning. Well, guess what Wendy's did?
What?
Okay. I guess he just ate Wendy's and had diarrhea from food poisoning.
Oh, gee, thanks for going there, Trevor.
You want to set up yourself for failure, sitting there slamming the doors and whining about Wendy's and food poisoning while you're taking a crap.
How'd you know I was doing?
Because you said it.
Said I was literally taking a crap.
Yeah, you said I don't want to know. I don't want people to know that I'm taking a dump.
Okay, are we including this in the podcast?
No, this is probably gonna be edited out because it sucks.
But this is hilarious.
Yeah,
well,
it's
not
kind of
poop. Like,
kind of funny that Trevor says the parts that sucks are hilarious, but the part he says are hilarious sucks.
oh come on.
That makes sense. You know what sucks when you go to wipe and you run out of toilet paper?
You know what sucks when you wipe and it's just sticky, you know.
Or you keep wiping, and no matter how much you wipe, it doesn't.
And like, you know, you just got this sticky crap mass in your crack, and all your hairs are sticky.
I don't know, but I'm suing Wendy's.
I had to go there.
Yes, you had to go there.
So wrong though.
I'm done with fast food in general.
Yeah. Quit opening the door and shutting it. Just leave it open.
The shit and splits.
I'm just gonna go over here and start shutting my door.
What? So, hey, Bobby. I heard your mom's a good cook. Think she could cook me some dinner?
No.
And crap his guts out.
Okay, my mom walked in on this, it'd be awkward. So.
Yeah, your fault, Mommy.
One of those moments you just cannot explain.
Awkward.
Hey, Bobby.
What?
Your mom can be my blueberry muffin anytime she wants. All year.
Whoa.
Sick.
Whoa. I don't want to know about your blueberry muffins, alright, dude?
Trevor, I'm not even going close to your stepmom. I don't know what your dad sees in her.
She just slapped the shit out of you.
She doesn't see anything in her. He feels something. Okay, that's close.
Whoa.
Oh. Just, what do you mean by corrupting games?
Well, when I corrupt games, well, you know how you corrupt a file on your computer and it like freaks out on you, right? It's like, reformat your flash drive, whatever. Well, in Nintendo games, when the Nintendo reads like the wrong instructions off the cartridge because the connections are bad, sometimes you get glitchy effects. Well, this is sort of a emulation of that to an extent, because like it messes up the game code inside the ROM, which is well, it's not bad because I have a copy of the regular ROM and I keep on corrupting that to make a bad ROM. you just play the bad ROM, and then it comes out with glitchy effects.
So once you ruin that ROM, can it go back from being a bad ROM to a good one, or is it pretty much screwed?
When you corrupt a ROM, it keeps the old ROM the same way it is. It just reads it and then makes a new ROM that copies it but corrupts it at the same time. So you have your good ROM, and then it makes a bad ROM.
Hold on. What exactly is a ROM now?
A ROM is basically called. It stands for read-only memory. It's the chip inside of a cartridge that contains the game. So a ROM file is a file that contains the game code.
So it's kind of like a cousin to RAM then, kind of. Does it have anything to do with that?
It's read-only memory, and then RAM is random access memory, which can be written to.
So what does the RAM actually do in a computer? I'm just curious. It's like I'm more on the software side when it comes to stuff. Like I know the basics, like I'm not dumb when it comes to it, but what is the RAM essential for?
Well, if the hard drive is your long-term memory, then RAM is your short-term memory. It keeps all the information that's on your computer right now in the RAM, because that's a higher access rate than your.
So it can access it in a shorter amount of time compared to the hard drive.
Because it's like constantly.
Even though my cousin is really picky when it comes to that, he's like, you don't call the hard drive memory. That's your memory. Is the RAM. Your RAM is your memory, and your hard drive is your storage.
Memory, actually.
Yeah, that's how I had to argue with him. He's like, so I don't know. He just got really.
Yeah.
He's just like, oh well, anybody else you talk to is going to be really mad at you because you call your hard drive memory. And like,
it is memory.
You'll know. Yeah, I was going to say you'll know the difference. I'll mention I'm talking about a hard drive, and when I'm talking about a RAM memory, I'll mention that it's the RAM.
Yeah. Well, anyway, like the thing with the RAM is as soon as you turn off your computer, it clears the RAM. It's volatile, so it clears itself. Like if you turn off the power, you gotta have power on it for it to store it. Hard disks are non-volatile, so you can turn them off and the data still remains.
Okay. Just curious.
So yeah.
So, if you wanted to keep the tower, can you just take the motherboard and put a new motherboard in, or does it not always?
It doesn't really matter. Like if you wanted to get a new motherboard or basically hold another computer, you can keep the tower and then just put the new computer in it. Like sort of what Bobby was going to do, but it turned out his newer ATX motherboard, which is probably a different form factor than the original case that he had in mind, it didn't fit.
Shape different than his older one.
You just gotta have the same form factor of a motherboard.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, see what I was saying is like the only reason why I would keep this one is just try to upgrade it, because I'm wondering, do you think it'd be cheaper just to buy a whole new tower and then because it's like there's people that argue. Let me just say this, okay? It's like I'm almost getting to a point where I'd rather buy the tower and then buy the processor and buy the motherboard and buy all the parts, when I can afford it. Because like I don't have the money to go buy everything all at once, and maybe I could just slowly buy the parts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Building a PC basically, and that's what Bobby sort of did.
That's what I did, yeah.
So what kind of processor did you put? Did you get an AMD or did you get a?
It's it's an AMD.
AMD.
I prefer Intel, but AMD is okay.
I mean, it's like I don't know if you can you can't say Intel to AMD like Microsoft to Apple.
Well, actually, it's all pretty much the same thing, except minor differences in the performance. So the way stuff is going now, definitely 64-bit, because 32-bit has a wall of 4 gigs of RAM that tops. Like you can't put more than 4 gigs in a 32-bit system.
But to have a 2 gig, to have a 64-bit system running on a 2 gig, would that slow it down?
No, well, it doesn't really matter. It just depends on the software that you're using. Like, you can use 2 gigs in a 64-bit system. It doesn't really matter.
Right.
Because mine's a 64 gigs on a 2 gigs, but only 1.87 gigs are usable. So I'm definitely going to have to look into upgrading this thing into 4 gigs. I think it would definitely increase the performance of it.
Now, you got to make sure that your processor will actually handle 64-bit or 32-bit or whatever you want to change it to.
What do you mean? Okay, wait. Every 64-bit...
My question is I'm wondering if I downgrade it to 32-bit since it's kind of an older processor.
Actually, no. Processors are either 32-bit or 64-bit. It's all depending on the OS. And
See, I've got Windows
you can't
7.
put a 64-bit OS on a 32-bit processor, but you can put a 32-bit OS on a 64-bit processor. It's backwards compatible.
Okay, because
yeah.
got a 64 gig. I don't know what kind of processor it is, but it's.
So if you're,
I do, but I don't know whether specifically it was made for. I think 32 is what it was specifically made. I mean, it seems to run okay.
So if you're trying to downgrade to 32-bit, don't even bother because you need to get a whole new thing of Windows. Just get just RAM or put whatever. You don't need to deal with that.
Because 4 gigs of RAM is still decent nowadays. I mean.
Yeah, that's the average there.
Yeah, it's you can go up.
I got 2 gigs.
for a quad processor. So what are you running at then? What's your gigahertz?
This is the same.
What?
This is the same. Doesn't matter.
I know, but you're running at 2 gigs at a quad core processor, right?
So?
Is that what you're saying? How many gigs is in your? I thought you said you have a quad core processor, right? In one of your desktop.
Right.
What gigahertz is that running at?
3.21 or 3.21.
So that is definitely faster than my 2.1.
Well, gigahertz and megahertz and hertz in general, it just doesn't really matter as much nowadays as it did back when there's the Pentiums, because there's Pentium 4s that run at 2.4 gigahertz, but they are definitely slower than the new computers that run at 2 gigahertz. It's just a matter of how many instructions that the CPU can handle per hertz.
Right.
How many transistors?
I wasn't trying to say mine is better or his is better. I was just trying to.
Oh, I know. I'm just letting you know.
My processor, okay, I'll tell you guys what it is. It's an AMD Athlon X2 dual-core processor, BE2350.
Those are probably from back around 2006, 2008, around there.
Yeah, so it's a few years old. I mean, we had I think we had an Intel Pentium 4 processor in this before because it was only running 512.
Well, I don't think it might have been Pentium 4 because you can't switch between Pentium or Intel and AMD products on the fly on motherboards because either they support one or the other usually.
Well, we actually bought a whole new motherboard. It's a Fox motherboard. So we ripped out the old one, put the new one in. So.
I see.
Yep.
So I was trying to be rude. That I was saying.
Yeah.
I'll stop apologizing then. And so I'll just say that I'm never trying to purposely offend you guys.
Yeah.
And if I say something, I'm pretty sure you tell me. So yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's too bad for what I mean, it seems to keep up. It's lagging at times, so I'm wondering if I upgraded it to 4, I think that would definitely make it worth it.
Well, how many gigs does it have? 1.7 or 2 or what?
It has 2 gigs in it right now. 1 gig per RAM stick, but it's only 1.87 is usable.
And you're using Windows 7?
Yeah, Ultimate.
What's lagging on it? What part's lagging?
I don't know. It's just it seems like it's handling pretty good. I mean, does that sound like a pretty good system? What I've got?
Well, if you're not trying to run games with Windows 7, it sounds pretty good as a working sort of PC. But if you're playing games, you'd probably need 4 gigs or something. Bobby.
That's wise because that's what's lagging when I try to play games like World of War or Total War. It lags a little bit,
Yeah.
When I play games, I definitely have to have the graphics lower.
Well, that can also be part of the graphics card. What kind of graphics do you got on it? Is it internal or integrated, or is it a dedicated video card?
Let me see actually. Yeah, this one's integrated.
Yeah, that's probably why.
So I could just buy a separate video card though, right? I mean,
yeah, but you have to make sure that it uses the same slot as was on your motherboard, because you might have an AGP slot for all we know, or it's probably PCI Express, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. Just take a look at that.
If I have a video card that uses the same slot, it would speed up the graphics then.
Yeah, because integrated videos, it kind of sucks because usually video cards nowadays have faster RAM than the computer itself, so it accesses it faster. Plus, dedicated video has to share memory with the main system RAM.
Oh, so that's probably why only 1.87 is usable. Maybe.
Yeah, because some of it's being used by the video processor.
So if I get a separate video processor.
And in general, the GPU, which is the graphics processing unit, which is the CPU on the graphics card, is a lot better at, they just put cheapo crap as integrated, because people, when they get integrated, they think business, they're going to be working on spreadsheets and crap, not game.
Yeah.
And integrated is just the stuff that the motherboard comes from.
It's an ATI Radeon or whatever it is, so. It's not too bad for like considering that it's an integrated system. It's not. I mean, it's decent for what it can do, but when it comes to extreme gaming, you definitely want something more.
Yeah.
But my parents, I will have to have you guys' help though. Okay, you maybe the listeners. My parents say once I do register for college, I automatically have around $700. So I was thinking about putting up to $400 included. So I'd have $1,100 to go buy like the most, basically a laptop or a desktop. It doesn't really matter. I'm kind of leaning towards more of a laptop just because the mobility.
Yeah, but if you're looking for power, you can go for desktop.
Designed to handle a. I'm gonna probably be doing digital animation, so I'm probably gonna lean more towards a gaming. Basically, I want to get the most powerful computer I can get for that amount of money. But storage doesn't really matter as much as the RAM does. You know what I mean? Like the processing power.
1100.
That's quite a bit though for me when it comes to.
It is.
Anyway, if you're looking for power, then stay away from laptops.
Yeah, if you need power, go with the desktop.
Like I like what Bobby did. I kind of want to do what Bobby did is just buy a tower, like a decent tower, and then just buy the parts. Because I think I could get almost like I think if I built my computer, I could build a better one than if I went and just bought one that was already made.
Guaranteed.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, I would definitely appreciate your help. It's probably going to be sooner than later if you guys wouldn't mind helping me design a computer.
Sure.
If you guys in the podcast.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Let me just do this as outro. Thanks for listening. Please spread this podcast if you like it. Just as simple as sharing it on Facebook.
And one thing,
a little thing like that goes a long way.
Yeah.
So, and I just want to say thanks to Trevor and Bobby for actually doing this because it's something I've been wanting to do for a long time. I know that sounds cheesy. It's something I've actually wanted to be doing for a long time. I wanted to do a podcast about like politics and technology, but this is cool because then we can cover anything we want to.
Yeah, so it's open for anything.
I'll try to upload it pretty soon, so that doesn't matter.
Well, one thing though, Bryson, where do you?
Want to say Trevor or Bobby before we stop recording?
Yeah, I was gonna say one thing, Bryson, Bobby, where do we find you on the internet?
Well, I'm on Facebook, obviously. And I'm Brutaka on Smoggin University, though I'm not on there very much. And Brutaka Blaziken on Cerebi forums and DeviantArt. And I am Brutaka on GTS Plus.
And also, you can type in, if you're on Facebook, you can type in Project M podcast, and you might find our fan page. Might be kind of hard. I don't know why. Like I said, I tried searching for it. Under the info, under our fan page, I've included the links to our YouTube pages to make it a little bit easier finding us. Even though I told everybody not to check out Trevor's fan page. Or
YouTube. Come on. No, wait.
So anyway, that's
I changed it, actually.
So yeah, if you go under the look, I actually wrote that, but I'll remove it.
I already removed it and replaced it with the winky face.
Nice. Anyway, guys, so you'll find me on, if you just Google Miles Editing Company as one word, doesn't have to be capitalized or anything, because when you Google it, Google will try to separate all those words, but make sure you search as that one word, and you'll find me. You'll find my YouTube page, you'll find my Twitter page. Find me on Twitter, MilesPro2010. All these links you'll need to find us will be under the description box. And and find me under YouTube as Miles Editing Company. And I think, Trevor, what is your username again?
My username is Trevor4232. Trevor42532. Well, I got a 3 for an E on Trevor, so it's TR3VOR42532.
Okay. Well, and again, guys, you can find us on our fan page if you like us. We'll definitely try to keep episodes entertaining. We may do a few episodes here and there if I can convince guys dedicated to one subject. Maybe go from one to another, but back again to that same one.
Sub to the YouTube page that you're watching
subjects, but most of them will just be random. We're going to try to keep it entertaining to a certain point. So, yeah, appreciate you guys listening, and I guess this is it.
Sub to this YouTube page you listen to this on right now if you want to follow us.
Bobby will come to your house and
murder you and rape you at the same time.
Well, he won't rape you because I don't think Bobby's that way.
No necrophilia.
He doesn't believe in Santa Claus, so he doesn't care about the naughty list.
By the way, threats are not real, so meh.
No, are they?
It's all a joke. So, I guess we'll see you later, people on the internet.
Bye!
No bye bye for you, Bobby.
Goodbye.